Chris.
Hey, Donovan. In your last 7 playoff series, in game 1 of each of those series, you've scored at least 30 points. What is your approach going into game 1 of the playoffs?
Just setting the tone. Just trying to be aggressive, making the defense have to react to me. Pretty much my mindset every time I get out there. Because honestly, you really evaluate the series. You kind of go over the film. This is the first time having film. You can watch all the film from the regular season, but for me, just trying to be aggressive from the jump, first playoff game, and go from there.
And that Ty, for you, how would you summarize your playoff debut?
Solid.
Is that first time in the playoffs? Damn sure didn't look like it.
Solid, yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, solid game 1. Yeah. We can really reevaluate after the series.
Donovan, would you like to?
Solid.
Joe.
Donovan, you go back with Ty back to your guys' high school days. How satisfying is it for you to see him have the breakout game that he had?
I mean, this is who he's been. This isn't a shocker. I don't think any of us are surprised at what he's doing on a nightly basis. He's done this at every level for us this season. It is full circle to come back from being when we're 8 years old, to my first basketball teammate to now here we are. Baseball too. We play baseball together, so it's pretty wild. But this is who Ty is. This is not a shock. I know everybody's gonna react like this is a shock, but he's been doing this for us all year. And this is just an added bonus. Every time he steps on the floor, he's doing something positive.
Ty, what was your mood going in before this game? Were you like, it's about damn time that I get in a playoff game, or just any nerves?
For sure. Definitely a lot of excitement. Crowd was awesome. But once, ran up and down 3-4 times, at the end of the day, it's you shoot the ball the same way. Same people guarding you, same people you're trying to stop. So it's still a basketball game at the end of the day, but crowd was phenomenal. So that's, you have that extra excitement.
Nate.
Hey, Donovan, you talked about wanting to set the tone. Obviously, you were attacking a lot, but also just little moments of intensity where you were diving for the ball on the one play, shoving somebody out of the way, yelling, crying. How important is it to set the tone in those little ways?
Yeah, it's the playoffs. I think that's what ultimately what it is. The little things. Obviously, the 30's cool, but it's for me, I'm happy with my defensive possessions. I wish I got a few more rebounds.
30's cool, right? Yeah.
That's what I've been that's what I'm known for. You know what I'm saying? But I think as a, for me, it's the steals, being in the passing lanes, getting on the boards, boxing out, diving on loose balls, different things like that. That's really what's gonna continue to take us to that next level.
Ty, just real quick. Obviously, before you had a really solid, I guess you could say, playoff debut, you were named the finalist for Sixth Man of the Year. What does that mean to you to be in that mix?
Yeah, no, it's definitely, especially after last year, not being able to play the whole year, not being able to play in the playoffs, just watching, speaks to how my teammates have empowered me, how my coaching staff has empowered me since day one, for sure. So definitely means something for sure. But, now we got playoffs started and bigger things to worry about.
Joe V.
How much of what we see now, see you accomplish, and the way you carry yourself, how much of that is a product of the time you had on your hands last year while you were hurt and unable to play, just alone to think, I guess?
Yeah, I think a lot goes into that. You get time to reflect on kind of where you need to take the next step. Coming into this year, you kind of are going into the off season. Your back's kind of against the wall. You don't play any games. I don't really have a huge body of work in the NBA, and you kind of have one last shot in a way to make it right. And I think just really getting time to think about what I need to really improve on, and having the time to do it in the weight room, with the treatment, and spending a lot of time in there, spring, summer, fall, leading into the season, even now after every game in the weight room. So just kind of in that way, for sure.
Do you feel the crowd support behind you, and just sort of how popular you are when you're out there doing what you do?
Yeah, the crowd's been phenomenal since game 1, since our home opener against Detroit. I remember that the crowd was unbelievable, and then they were